Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of our Irish Country Life here in the west coast of Ireland. My name is Nikolai and together with Chris, who's doing the filming, and Scooter, who's out chasing Harold the pheasant, starting as he means to go on for the new year, I'd like to wish you all a very, very, very happy new year. We're going to start here in the upstairs bathroom, which is actually technically Scooter's bathroom, and we called it the throne for that reason. We were going to call it the boudoir, but we decided as it was Scooter's bathroom, we weren't going to call it that, we'd call it the throne. So, the first thing I'm going to show you in the upstairs bathroom is the walls. And I'd like to just tell you the colour on the walls is by Dulux and it is Royal Regatta Blue. And it's a lovely dark, rich blue colour on the walls. So, we had, when we first arrived, on the walls there was that really heavy chip wallpaper. So we had to remove that. And as we removed that, the walls were in a terrible state underneath. And as we were going to be reinstalling a lovely new bathroom suite, we decided that to hide all the pipework and do everything correct, we'd start from the beginning. And so we had my brother, who, Lord of mercy on him, has since passed away. He plastered all the walls for us. So I'll tell you a little bit about the story about the actual bathroom suite. Another one of my crazy ideas. Myself and Chris went off on a little expedition and we came across Chadder & Co. And we decided that we were going to have one of their bathroom suites, as they were ultimately to die for. We had no house for this bathroom suite. This is the same story as the chandelier downstairs in the dining room, if you remember, but none of these things seemed to matter back then, as one day we were going to have our little castle on the hill and we would find space for this beautiful bathroom suite. So we arrived at Chadder & Co. and we immediately fell in love with the beautiful nickel sink with its gorgeous nickel taps, the lovely high-level cistern, which has Chadder & Co. written, and the coat of arms, and the beautiful throne toilet seat. So the actual toilet seat is called the throne because of the shape of the toilet seat. A fabulous toilet seat. And then we have the tub bath. We have a nice curtain here, which is a Toile de Joie fabric, which is a shower curtain fabric, and I had it extended so it covered the tub bath. We have some lovely telephone taps in, again, the nickel. And this is a really lovely bath, actually, to be in. It's a tub bath, so you literally fill it to the top, and it's really nice. The bathroom cabinet, which is Gothic in style, we had handmade by a man in a lovely shop in Highgate called Walter Castellazzo and his lovely wife, Avril. And he made this bathroom cabinet for us and the mirror. And we also had, in our house in London, we had a very small shower room. So he did some very nice Gothic paneling for that. And this is the Gothic mirror, which has a lovely blue glass, original glass at the top, which in our shower room had a light behind. So it shone through the blue glass, which was really lovely. The radiators in fact, the radiators throughout the whole house, we had a bit of a disaster a few years ago. We had a really bad winter. It went down as far as -15, and myself and Chris were in London at the time. And my sister was coming, I think it was Christmas Day or Boxing Day. My sister was coming and she was coming to feed the horses. And she called me and said, I can't get up the driveway with the snow and the frost. So I told her to go and get the farmer to bring her up on the tractor with the hay for the horses. And so she did. And when she finally got to the house and she entered the house, she found the house to have water running down the walls. Basically, the cast iron radiators that were originally here had all exploded and water was everywhere. So of course she called me up in a panic and told me immediately I needed to return home to sort out what was going to happen. So we did. And we had some radiators commissioned in France with the Rococo design, the same as some that we had brought back from London, but we had to redo the whole lot because we weren't sure which radiators had split and which ones didn't, and we would have had to have them all pressure tested, and that would have been taking them all off, pressure testing, putting them all back on, and the ones that were broken. So we decided that we would just replace them all as we were doing it. It would just be a much more economical way of doing it. So the radiators are stunning. We did spray them all in gold before they went in situ, and they have toned down to a lovely patina, which is this lovely soft antique gold now. The door, Chris painted with different shades of blue and some grey as well. And he also picked up on the panelling with a little bit of cream. And I think it works quite well. On the original sash windows here, I had earlier on before the summer of this year, I had some lovely etched glass done for the coat of arms, just for privacy of the bathroom window upstairs. I also had one downstairs. And it's my surname, McGrath, is on the coat of arms upstairs, and Chris's is on the one downstairs. Can't leave Chris out, you know, you get terribly upset. Even though I hate to recall back to the story of the book, my name. But anyway, I'm not like that, you see, Chris. Anyhow, moving on. I also had some shutters made for the bathroom. The house upstairs, none of the windows upstairs have shutters. All of the windows downstairs have shutters. I don't really quite understand why, but none of the windows upstairs. And I would like to add my piece to the house here of installing shutters upstairs. However, I wanted to be a little bit fussy about the shutters, as my cabinet maker told me, because I wanted the paneling to be inset. I didn't want just a raised piece of beading put onto a shutter and that was to suffice as the shutters. I wanted the beading to be inset. So he did that, he carved them all out, and I also, being extra fussy, wanted the beading on the outside, because for some reason, I don't know why, when they did shutters, when they're folded open, i.e. this way, you can see the lovely paneling, but when they're shut, downstairs, the actual shutters on the inside are terribly boring and plain, there's nothing on them. So I, being extra, decided that I wanted the cabinet maker to do the paneling on the outside. So when the shutters are closed and you're looking from the outside of the house, you see the lovely paneling as well as what you see when you're in the room. That's just me being extra as usual. However, they're really, really lovely. He did an absolutely super job of them, and I'm throwing the pots around. He did a super job of them, and I'm really happy with the way they've turned out. And we just put some very plain knobs on there as well to blend with. On here we have a lovely chinoiserie curtain panel, which is in a beautiful turquoise color, and I'll just open it up there so you can get to have a look and see. It's got the beautiful birds and it's got the lovely tree branches, and it's just really, really exquisite. And so part of the reason why I had the shutters made was because every time I used to attend the bathroom after somebody'd been in it, the curtain was always dragged across, and I felt I didn't want them to disturb my curtain all the time and have to keep coming to redress the window. So that's why I had the shutters made, and also I had the glass done for the privacy, so people didn't feel they needed to shut anything. And finally, I'd just like to draw your attention to the lovely French chandelier in this room, which has got the most beautiful turquoise silk pleated shades. A really lovely light fitting for inside the bathroom. And that concludes our little tour of the grand Scooter's bathroom upstairs. And come join me downstairs, where I'm going to be making some lovely sweet treats. We always have to have something for a nice cup of tea. Although, having said that, Scooter is not getting any, because he started his diet, as it's the new year and he promised me he would. And do you know, yesterday I had some guests round, and so we had some tea and lovely Christmas cake. And what happened when I went to the door to see the guests off? Scooter didn't come to see the guests off, which normally I was very surprised about, because normally he always does. He likes to chase their car down the avenue to get rid of them and see them off. He stole their Christmas cake from the coffee table. That's what the diet has done. It's made him a complete villain. He got up on the coffee table, all paws up. Okay, so Scooter has brought me here to his bathroom to apologise for stealing all the Christmas cake yesterday. He said it was rather tasty, but he's really, really sorry. He promises he's not going to do anything like that now for the rest of the year. He's going to really try and lose weight. He said Maggie's been in his ear as well, telling him that he's put on a little bit of excess weight and it's a little bit uncomfortable, two of them trying to fit into the bed. The French bed can't quite fit the both of them comfortably, so he needs to lose a little bit of weight, Maggie said. So what do you reckon, Scooty? Will you do it? You will. Confidence from all your subscribers out there. They're all going to give you the thumbs up, and they're going to have a great vote of confidence for you losing a couple of kilos. Yes? Good boy. Mwah. Okay, you guys. So now that we've done our bathroom tour of Scooter's bathroom, it's time for our sweet treats. And today we're going to make almond cookies. Now, Mine and Scooter's favourite cookies are a Greek version of this, which is called pastichi. And so whenever we hear of a Greek wedding, me and Scooter clap hands. We get super excited because we think we're going to tell every guest who we know that's going to round up the pastichi from the table, because it's a Greek tradition, and bring them home for us because we just adore them. I really should learn how to make them after all these years, but I haven't. But that's something I will do. Problem is, make pastichi, eat pastichi, Nikolai gets fat. And we don't, well, Scooter will get fat also. So we're on a diet now for the new year, so there's none of those going to be made. Instead, we're going to make another version called an almond cookie. Very similar, I would imagine. So for these almond cookies, they are super simple, so anybody can make them. I think the hardest part of these cookies is actually waiting for them to cook in the oven before you can taste them. Isn't that right, Scooter? He's not happy because he just heard the word diet again. However, what we're going to do in this bowl, we are going to mix 225 grams of room temperature softened butter with 150 grams of caster sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that is the first stage of getting these cookies ready. We're going to start off slow so we don't throw our butter all over the table like I've just done. Okay, so I'm going to crack my egg separately into a little bowl. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my egg in with the butter and sugar, and then I'm going to put into my flour, before I sieve it, I'm going to put my half teaspoon of baking powder and my half teaspoon of salt. Okay, and that's in there. Also in with the butter and the egg, I'm going to put in my 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Okay, and so that's done. Now I'm going to mix this together, and then I'm going to sieve the flour in to the butter, sugar and egg. Okay, so I've just added in my ground almonds, and I'm just going to give that a stir just to incorporate the almonds into the butter and sugar and egg mixture. And that shouldn't be too difficult or take too long at all. There you can see the almond has kind of disappeared, which is what we want. Now I'm going to sieve in my flour, salt and baking powder. Okay, so now I've incorporated the flour. I'm just going to use my hand and I'm going to make it form a ball to a cookie dough. And then we're going to pop it into the fridge to chill. Because we've used softened butter, if we put it straight onto the baking tray, it will spread too much and they'll be too thin and they won't look like cookies at all. So we're going to bring it together and then we're going to pop it into the fridge to chill, and then we'll be able to shape it and pop it on the tray. And we're literally just going to top each cookie with 1 whole almond. And that will be really nice. So that's come together. Okay, you guys, so the cookie dough has been in the fridge for about an hour, firming up. So it's nice and firm, and all I'm doing now is I'm taking small little pieces and I'm rolling it into a ball, and then I'm popping it onto my baking tray, which just got a sheet of greaseproof paper, and I'm putting a nice almond just in the center. Again, there's no science behind this. You can make these as big or as small as you like. If you want more cookies, make them slightly smaller. They will spread a little. Or if you want big cookies, you make them bigger. So I have on this tray, just press them down slightly and stick your almond in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's about 24 cookies here of this size. So I'm going to put them into the aga. You will be putting them into a preheated oven of 180 fan for about 15 minutes until they're just nicely set and golden. Okay, so the cookies have just come out of the oven and they smell amazing. And so I'm just going to pop them straight onto this cooling rack here so that they cool down and stay nice and crunchy. Okay, so the almond cookies are cooked and done, and they look and smell divine. So enjoy them with a nice cup of tea. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another episode of our Irish country life ever again. So from now, from me, Scooter and Chris, au revoir, bye bye, and see you soon.